Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 8 of albums that are 50 years old in 2025. It's the new year. We're celebrating albums all month long that first appeared, their birthdays, their anniversaries. Go back to 1975. That's right, 31 days in the month. 31 of our favorite picks from 1975. Really tough assignment. A lot of great albums. Tons and tons of great albums. Can only pick 31. Today for my pick number 8, day 8. This album was released April 3rd, 1975, recorded at Escape Studios, Egerton Studios, Kent Studios, and Air Studios in London, England. Produced by Manny Charlton for Mooncrest Records. I'm talking about the 6th studio album from Scottish legends Nazareth, Hair of the Dog. Now you're messing with a son of a bitch, babies. That's right. Very cool hard rock, heavy rock album, whatever you want to call it. Right, of course, featuring the classic lineup of Dan McCafferty, the late, great Dan McCafferty, on lead and backing vocals. The late, great Manny Charlton on electric guitars, acoustic guitars, a little bit of synthesizers, right? Pete Agnew, the only surviving member of this lineup, on bass and backing vocals, and the late, great Daryl Sweet, drums, percussion, backing vocals. Additional musicians on this album: Max Middleton, the great keyboard player, does a little piano on a track. You got Simon Phillips, does a little percussion on here. You got some backing vocals from Vicki Brown, Liza Strike, and Barry St. John, as well as Vicky Silva. So what do we have on this album, right? This pretty variety-filled album of heavy rock and some blues rock and some proto-metal and some pop, right? You got a little bit of everything on here. Title track. Boom, 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 boom. You got that great talkbox thing from Dan on this. You know, again, now you're messing with a son of a bitch. Now y'all messing with a son of a bitch. Right, that voice. Man, that voice. Who was singing like that back in 1975? No one. That just gravelly roar that Dan McCafferty had, man. Of course, you know, guys like Axl Rose and Brian Johnson came in his wake and did something similar. But, man, Dan was the original. No better. Miss Misery. Quite possibly my favorite Nazareth song of all time. It's plodding. It's got this simple but legendary, heavy Black Sabbath-style stomping riff. I love Miss Misery. So heavy. Got Guilty. Awesome song. Changing Times, right? Changing Times, another great rocker. Over on the second side of the vinyl, you got a little Nils Lofgren cover thing going on, right? You got Beggar's Day and Rose and the Heather. I think they do a great job on Beggar's Day. Really good stuff. You got the stomping, whiskey-drinking woman, so simple but so heavy, heavy, heavy blues rock. You got the doomy Please Don't Judas Me, right, which is just so crushingly heavy and just so like slow and menacing, and again, Dan's vocals so good, so menacing, right? I love the guitar playing on this album too. And then of course, if you got the U.S. version, you got Love Hurts tacked on at the end, right? Their legendary cover of the Everly Brothers hit, made it their own. Perfect example of a band taking a fairly big hit from another band, another artist, and totally doing it their own way. And, you know, how many people have always thought that Love Hurts was just a Nazareth song, right? Never mind. Everly Brothers, really? They did that? Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, just great stuff on here. And, of course, you know, the session tracks are good, too. You got My White Bicycle, Holy Roller, and Railroad Boy, right? Some really cool stuff recorded right during the same sessions, right? So, yeah, killer album. I generally would put this as my favorite Nazareth album. If it's not number 1, it's number 2 or 3. There's usually a couple. You know, Expect No Mercies, another one that I really love a lot. That always vies for my number 1. But man, there's just so many great Nazareth albums right around up until like No Mean City, right? You could just pick any of those albums that came out in the 70s. Just really, really good. All right, let's take a look at the charts. Austria, number 7. Canada charts, number 20. And Finland made it to number 14. Germany, number 27. Norway, number 5. And U.S. Billboard charts, number 17, oddly enough. No representation from Scotland or the UK in general. Kind of strange, right? Did not chart there for some strange reason. Certifications, Canada, this went gold, 50,000 units sold. And here in the States, platinum seller. 1 million copies sold of Hair of the Dog. And of course, Love Hurts was released as a single November 8th, 1974. So released as a single before the album came out, because of course originally this was not included on the album, right? They tacked this on for the U.S. Release. And Hair of the Dog title track released March 14th, 1975. So again, that was released right before the album came out. So yeah, that's my pick for today. Hair of the Dog by Nazareth. Love the album cover as well. No, it's not Roger Dean, folks. But it's really good. So anyway, let us know what you think of Hair of the Dog down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today, day number 8, and we'll see you tomorrow for number 9. Number 9 coming up tomorrow. More also happening. Should have some new reviews. Hopefully you saw the reviews from yesterday. If you have not, go check them out. Popped up a few yesterday. There's going to be a few more today. Might get a handful of them today. And then we've got also should have for you, hopefully later today, should have for you the next episode of Musical Musings from the Wild. My look at epic songs, ranking the epic songs from specific bands who did a lot of epic songs. It's going to be Jethro Tull this time around. Got a whole bunch. I think it's 14 songs over the 7-minute mark for Jethro Tull. You might be asking, but Pete, why couldn't you do the 6-minute long songs too, so you can fit like Aqualung and a couple others? Well, if I do the 6 minutes, all of a sudden there's 30 songs, right? That's just getting a little ridiculous. So we're going to do it 8 minutes and up. Like I said, I think there's 14, so I'm going to rank those. And yeah, that should be coming up tonight as well. So all that and more happening here on the channel. It should be a busy week. UK Connection coming up later this week. We've got live album Love coming up. Myself and Rick Labonte also happening this week. We're going to take a look at lots and lots of live albums from Santana. We have got also ranking the albums of Toad. If you don't know Toad, man, you should. Great. Very cool underground, heavy rock, heavy blues rock, psychedelic band, prog band from the 70s from Switzerland. They got a whole bunch of albums. We're going to talk about those on Sunday. So lots more coming on the channel. Stay tuned for all of it. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.